Welcome back to Coin Sense and Nonsense. Today, we've got another installment in Dead Denominations. And today, it's the 3-cent nickel. What? 3-cent nickel? The nickel 3-cent piece. So last time it was a silver 3-cent. This time, it's a proof nickel 3-cent. So let's check it out. Let me get the tripod and we'll be back. But before that, let's just briefly bring you up to date on Dead Denominations. It's a set I'm putting together of coins no longer in use, like the denomination is dead. So we got the half-cent, the 2-cent, the 3-cent silver, 3-cent nickel, half-dime, and the 20-cent. I've already shown you the 20-cent, the half-dime, and the 3-cent silver. So today it's this one. And briefly, here's the Dead Denominations breakdown. And got my, in red there, got the 3 covered already. So 3-cent nickels were made between 1865 and 1889. And actually, last time we covered the 3-cent silver, I have the Type 3. But what was happening? People were still hoarding silver because of the Civil War and that type of thing. So in 1865, they decided to go with a different strategy there and put out some 3-cent made out of nickel. So coins were in short supply, and they needed something higher than the 2-cent piece. At that time, they were minting Indian head cents and 2-cent pieces in non-silver, and so they needed something else, and so the 3-cent they started making in 1865, and they minted quite a bit in the first 2 years of these, and then they slowly kind of fell out of favor as well. They were a little bit larger than this one. This one's 14 millimeters. These are 18 or 17.9 millimeters, so a little bit bigger, not quite as troublesome to keep track of, and less cost for the mint to make them. So let's check out mine. Alright, so I think this is a pretty cool coin design. It's the same designer as the silver 3-cent, so Longacre is the designer for both. And I had searched a little bit to get a decent example. I wanted something that was cameo proof, so the device or the the head or the main element would pop or kind of have a nice contrast against the field or the background. And so it's not super mirror finish, but it is, for its time, not too bad. It isn't the strongest strike in the world. You can kind of, if I would hold it still, in the crown it's kind of difficult to read Liberty. But considering the year, there were only 950 proofs minted in 1872, and so you can imagine the number that survived. It's got to be much less than that. So to have just to hold one example of that just is so amazing to me. So here's the other side. And nice frosting, a little bit of scratch on the holder, unfortunately, but the frosting is pretty much uniform throughout, which is nice, so that's why I did get the cameo designation. So very, very cool. So these fell out of favor a little bit, or with the onset of nickels, the real 5-cent nickels. So shield nickels, I think, started in 1866. And so people didn't need another coin to keep track of. So these kind of went by the wayside, and eventually they stopped in 1889. The key dates are like 1884 and 1885, and then certain years were proof only. 1872 wasn't one of them, but they did make proof onlys in 1877, 78, and 86. And I think the 1877 is the key date for the proof. So there's a little bit of color going, I think, on the threes there, or on the three. I wasn't quite believing it at first, but I've kind of seen it a few times now, and it seems like it's got a little bit of something going on. So that's a little extra bonus. And yeah, so real happy with this. Happy to add it to my Dead set. Thought about going in with the scope, but I'm not sure that we need to pick apart the frosting or anything like that. It's for the age and all, I think it's pretty darn cool. And yeah, really happy. So let me know what you think in the comments on this one. And yeah, I may have to pick up a few more that I see from time to time, because these have an interesting place in our history. So, very cool. Alright, and for a comparison of size, there's the 3-cent silver. So yeah, definitely a lot bigger, 4 millimeters or so, makes a big difference. So, well, I hope you enjoyed checking it out as much as I enjoyed showing it off. And I thank you so much for watching Coin Sense and Nonsense. And until next time, bye. Bye.